Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And for the Heat, we've got another hometown game here in Miami.
And they've had the edge against this team, winning the first two matchups with 4 total on the season. They look to continue that advantage here tonight.
Keep the foot on the gas pedal in that case. You know what I say. If you can handle that, keep it down, man. Don't let them up. So I'm thinking they're looking for the knockout blow here.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
Here's Nemhard from outside off the mark. A steal. And here we go. Halliburton heading to the hoop. Count it. Good.
Halliburton really dangerous now when he gets out in the open court. That's how you finish the break in transition.
Now, here's Ivy. Inside. Excellent defense there from Halliburton.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Nemhard. Offline with his 3.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Back to Ivy. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivy? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
Here's Halliburton. Wiggins with the rebound.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
There's a screen by Covington. Shoots. Here's Ivy. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Halliburton. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, D.A.?
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. Now, in talking about Tyrese Halliburton, I wanted to know about the strategy for him out there. Coach said Halliburton is so quick and such a deft ball handler. I think it just comes down to keeping up with him, matching his pace, not letting him get 1 step ahead. So, that's the game plan. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And, Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Now, here's Ivy. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton. Pass to Klingon. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Klingon's got his second basket of the night.
Good luck against Klingon in close. That's where he makes his money.
These Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Pacers trailed by 3. And it's Halliburton penetrating. And the shot goes in. Halliburton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Halliburton with that strength that time, not going to let the defense deter him.
With the drive, pass to Covington. Here's Gafford. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. They got some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Now, here's Ivy. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finisher.
Here's Siakam. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Ivy. Kicks it out to Covington. There's a screen by Covington. Pass to Gafford. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Indiana trailing here. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Outside Porter. Outside Covington. Got it off in time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Heat lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Miami Arena. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, my potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say with what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by. Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
Thanks, D.A. He is a worker and living the dream. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Pacers on defense. After the three-pointer from Robert Covington. Back to Eason. Pass to Covington. Toppin with the steal. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
Yes, sir, Obi Toppin. Very few better at throwing it down than him.
Here's Johnson. Off with the layup. Pacers leading by 3. Down low. And a wide open look for Walker. No good on the triple. Johnson with it. Still yet to score. Driving in. And McConnell gets it to go. And it's a 5-point Indiana lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
And Miami has possession. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for their next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Yeah, that's a good one there, man. I tell you, I appreciate the effort, but he overdid it just a bit there. He needed to get called for the foul.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Covington with the steal.
Well, despite that possession, something that I've liked is they've been under control while getting out in this league. They've kept those turnovers down.
And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
That's a 2 from Etherin. Again, Indiana.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
You know Ivy loves to find that shot. The defense has to be more careful with him at the arc.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Indiana leading by 4. And it's Halliburton penetrating. Pass to Siakam. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. After exploding onto the NBA radar in 2019, Siakam Clark has been a sure thing on offense.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Pascal Siakam. I mean, whether it's in the open floor or in the half-court sets, he's a guy you can count on delivering when you give him the ball in those situations. His offense never takes a night off.
Now, here's Ivy. 10 points for him. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Klingon. And the Heat, another 3.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment.
Halliburton for 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Now, Ivy. Right side, Porter. Pass to Klingon. And that one drops for him. And it's now only a 1-point Pacer lead.
I tell you, not only does Klingon set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
Indiana's shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Covington wide open. He fires. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Really good point. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
And the Pacers with possession here. Halliburton inside the three-point line. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And here's Ivy. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Indiana out in front. They're up by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Neesmith. Back to Siakam. To the paint. Clingan with the steal. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously push the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go.
Halliburton has a nice combination of smarts and skill. Makes him a cagey scorer.
Pass to Clingan. Drills it from outside. Clingan's got 12.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now, here is Halliburton. He's got 8. Now, here's Ivy. And slam dunk by Ivy.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
Halliburton, that's good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Tyrese Halliburton is flat-out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50-40-90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, a better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
Ivy, no one around him. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
I like the way Halliburton continues to take more responsibility on the offensive end. His game warrants that he does that.
Now, here's Ivy. He's got 12. And it's Clingan with the jam. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's McConnell. 5 points in the game. To the inside. And stolen by Eason. Ivy with it. From deep. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
There's McConnell. Porter pulls it in. Heat leading by 4. Pass to Eason. And again, Miami with the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now, here's Toppin. The kick out to Walker. It's stolen by Eason. The shot by Williams, no good. Pacers trailed by 7. Driving to the basket. And a wide open look from Mathurin. Nailed from three-point land. Matherin's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. 1:16 left for the 3rd. Now, Ivy, he's got 15. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. 1:06 left to play here in the third. Eason, the screen. Over to the wing. Here's Gafford. Toppin pulls it in. Pacers trailed by 4. And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin. That is his first foul of the game.
A pretty haphazard quarter for them in terms of the turnovers. A step back for every step forward.
And the missteps coming in the way of turnovers, guys. They've resulted in 5 points the other way.
Now, here's Ivy.
And you can see that quick twitch athleticism. Ivy is likely to spend a lot of time at the line in this league.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%. So no doubt he's pleased with that.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
A shot by McConnell, no good. Now the Heat with it. They're on an 18-7 run. To the middle. The shot's good from Gafford. And the Heat lead by 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Back to McConnell from downtown. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've got a big advantage. The Pacers, 37. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Miami Heat. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. He lobs it up and stolen by Bryant. And it's Halliburton penetrating the layup off target. The Heat leading by 8. Johnson right side. And he drives in. Gafford misses. And here's Indiana. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And you love how instant Collins' shot can be. Gets a pass and wastes no time in releasing it.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And now I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. Thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Pass to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
You know, in addition to being a fantastic shooter, Covington is also an incredible athlete. Somebody who looks to drop the hammer when he's free near the hoop.
And finished off by Halliburton.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Nice move. Now Nembhard. Outside for Halliburton. Three-pointer. Trains the three-pointer. Halliburton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Pass to Covington. Down low. Bringing. The layup missed. Pacers trailed by 3 to tie it up. That doesn't go either for Halliburton. And here are the Heat now. And it's Clingan with the jam.
Wow, what skill for Clingan to to take over a game in his first season.
Halliburton right side. Lobbed up there for Collins. Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to sender posted.
Johnson outside. There's the try. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Siakam. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
The Heat leading by 7. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Oh, nice to see a power forward like Collins throw it down. We know he can hit a three, but go with the easy hoop.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And here's Ivy, and stolen by Siakam. And the foul on Torrey Eason. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. First team foul. We've got 1:13 left here in the 4th quarter. Halliburton for 3.
Good discipline on defense. Wiggins right on top of it the whole way.
And it's Halliburton missing. Here's Wiggins. Here's Porter. Pass to Ivy. Four on the shot clock.
Second team foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Pass to Nembhard. In the corner, it's Nesmith. Over Eason. Nesmith can't get it to go. And here are the Heat now. They lead by 7. Wiggins surveying the floor. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Indiana ball.
It's good from long range. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to on both ends and just effective in terms.